Was this in my plan? So I look at the Titanic diagnostic launch and I go like, was this in my plan? A 1 would say, man, this came out of nowhere. I don't know what it is. It's a 1. Versus a 10, I've been planning this all along. Maybe a year ago, I was like, I know this is what we're going to do. So is this in my plan? The reason why we assess this is because from a 1 to 10 perspective is because, so many times this helps us from chasing shiny pennies. Something comes into my field, my area, and it's just like, oh, let's go do that. Boom. Oh, let's go do that. Oh, let's go do that. And all of a sudden you're chasing these shiny pennies and you don't get any of them done with any excellence. So part of this is create a plan, and is this in my plan? Okay, so that's the first one. Choose that 1 to 10. This one I wrote as a 7 in here on my chart because 7, it's in my plan, but it's also kind of distracting from my plan. Looking at my Significant Impact Monthly, looking at my current, my mastermind that I have, this doesn't fit that. This is like a third priority that doesn't neatly fit into that. So it's not exactly in my plan. So I gave myself a 7 on that. Okay, the next one. I am the clear owner for this initiative. And again, if you're so nice of a person, you're so good, you're so kind, and you're doing stuff for other people all the time. And I'm thinking of particular people in this community, and I know who you are. You're so kind, and so you're giving, but you're not the clear owner of maybe the priority that you just got put in front of you. If you're not the owner of it, then it's a 1. If you're the clear owner of it, it's a 10. And so even when I was in corporate, people would say, well, when I'm in corporate, I didn't own anything. It's like, that's not true. I had so much accountability and so much responsibility in my corporate world that, yeah, I was the clear owner of most everything. And if I wasn't the clear owner, I made sure that I cleared away other pieces so that I was the clear owner for this thing. So are you the clear owner for your priority? For this Titanic diagnostic, I'm a 10 on that. I am clearly the owner for this thing. I developed it, I'm putting it out in the world. So for me, this was a 10. So from that perspective, this is a clear priority from number 2 on the list. Okay. Number 3. Does it feel 100% right? This is for all my right brain people in this community. Does it feel right? Dang, it's got to feel right too. It can't just be, yes, this is the right thing to do, left brain, logical. It's like, no, but does it feel right? Does it feel good to do this? So yeah, that's an aspect of assessing if this is a real priority. Because you got to trust your gut. Your gut is also telling you something. And so for me, I gave myself a 7 on this one because, it feels so right. But then it feels like it's a distraction from the other things. So I couldn't give myself a 10 on this, so I gave myself a 7. So does this feel 100% right? I hope you're tracking here with your own priority and assessing your own priority for this thing. Maybe you're 10, 10, 10, maybe you're 1, 1, 1, maybe you're all over the board. Don't know, but let's keep going. Is there a need right now? This is an urgency piece, and that need could be your need right now. It could also be a need that the world needs this right now. And gosh, if this thing is in your core, this is an important thing for you to be doing in the world. The world needs you right now. If you're in this community, the Significant Impact community, the world needs your DNA, your talent to be shining boldly right now because the world needs us more than ever right now. So is there a need right now for this thing? If it's like, not really, I could push this off, well, maybe that's a 2 or 3 or 4. But if it says, oh, wow, the world needs this right now, I need this right now, it's so important for my business right now to get this right, mark it a 10. I gave myself a 9 on this one because the world needs this, but I could delay it. The world doesn't know it needs it, so what's another day? What's another month? So I gave myself a 9 on this one, but I'd love to make it a 10. Okay, the next factor of choosing a real priority. Are you extremely passionate about this? Again, hitting the right side of the brain. Are you extremely passionate? It's like, oh, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what and you feel it in your body and your toes and your toenails. It's like, oh, this thing's I love this thing. When I'm not thinking about the Titanic Diagnostic app, it's not that high. But when I get into the app itself and I work it with people, with the 10 factors in there, oh, I go like, this is so good. And I mentioned it on a call with Brendan Burchard. It was a Q&A, and I asked him a question, and I mentioned the Titanic Diagnostic. He was like, let me see it, let's put it out there. He was just so excited because it's just such an exciting thing, and it just gets me extremely passionate about this. So am I extremely passionate? Yes, I am. That's a 10. Okay. Grow exponentially is the next one. Will this priority help me grow, not just grow a little bit, but grow exponentially? Learn deeply, folks. Learn deeply. So we're looking at growing exponentially. Exponentially means that it hits it's like, woof, it goes up. I should do it this way. It goes up like this. It's like I'm learning, woof, it goes up. That's not just incremental growth, that's exponential growth. X squared growth. So is this thing going to help you grow exponentially? And if that answer to that is yes, so 10, then that's great. If it's a 1, it's like, oh, I'm doing the same stuff over and over again. It's like, well, maybe that's not such a high priority.